Okay, so how do you prevent muscle loss when you're going from 20% body fat down to 10% body fat? When you want to get really, really lean. I mean, the last thing we want to do is get down to 10% body fat and then find that once we get rid of all the body fat, that basically there's no muscle waiting there, so you don't have that athletic physique. Instead, you just ended up looking very, very skinny. And in this video, I'm going to share with you a couple of tips that will help you prevent muscle loss. And not only that, but will actually help you build some muscle in a lot of cases, especially if you're just starting out on that journey to 10% body fat. And by the way, none of this here is some kind of mainstream fitness BS, no supplements, none of that nonsense, no quick fixes. I mean, building muscle takes a lot of time and a lot of hard work. I'm going to give you the truth and what really works so you can apply it and get the best results. And also, if you're new here, if you don't know who I am, I'm Mario Tomic. And if you want to learn more about fitness, nutrition, building muscle, losing body fat, and also about personal development, consider subscribing below and make sure to hit that bell icon to enable notifications when new videos come out. And now let's dive into it. So the first thing you have to have in place to prevent your body from losing muscle mass when you're going from 20% body fat down to 10% body fat is a really well-structured progressive weight training routine. And this routine has to have a couple of components. So first off, it has to provide you with enough training volume. And you can look at this as amount of sets per body part per week. So certain body parts might need more, certain body parts need less, and you as an individual, based on your genetics, you might need less or more. So some people will not really be able to maintain muscle mass with a very low volume routine. If you're training your body part, let's say your shoulders with 4 sets per week, it may not be enough, or your chest, let's say with 5 sets per week, it may not be enough for that chest to grow. So you have to really know your volume number, and you need to increase that volume number if this doesn't work for you. So you have to dial in the volume. So that's number one. Number two, progression. So the training has to have a progressive nature to it. So you can't just keep lifting the same weight, same amount of sets, same amount of reps, and expecting a strong signal for your body to hold on to muscle mass. So you have to have a progression inbuilt to the program. So you keep challenging your body, and that way your body is going to adapt by building more muscle. And the third thing is that cardio is not going to be enough to maintain your lower body muscle mass. That's something that I see so many guys fail at, is they keep training just their upper body, they keep skipping lower body days, so they're skipping legs, and they're expecting running or whatever other activity they're doing to maintain their lower body muscle mass. And what ends up happening is they end up losing a lot of muscle mass in their lower body. So whatever body part you train, the body has a reason to maintain that body part. If you don't train the body part, voila, it's not going to maintain the body part's muscle mass. So you have to think, how am I training my body? Am I training my whole body? Am I neglecting something? Am I creating imbalances? What is really happening? And that needs to be taken into consideration, so you have a really solid routine in place that is giving all the right signals to the body, so the body is not going to be losing muscle mass. Now, the second important factor that is in your control that you can optimize to help your body hold on to muscle mass is the amount of protein you eat per day, so your daily protein intake. If you optimize your daily protein intake and get about 1 gram per pound of your ideal body weight in protein per day, you're really making sure that the body doesn't have to tap in as much into your muscle protein to break that down to get the amino acids it needs to function. So this is really, really important. From research, we know high protein diets really put you in a position where you have the highest chance of maintaining and even building muscle mass. So you have to be on top of your protein intake. I know a lot of guys actually neglect this. They forget to get their amount of protein because it seems like very simple, but actually can be quite challenging to get on a daily basis because the consistency is key with protein. And so you got to be on top of this. You got to be thinking about your protein intake. You have to dial that in. And this is really going to help you preserve your muscle mass. Now, a third very, very important factor that's often not talked about a lot when it comes to losing muscle is sleep. And when we look at research studies, there's been a really, really good study comparing individuals who sleep 5.5 hours to individuals that sleep about 8.5 hours. And they've noticed that the group that slept 5.5 hours had double the muscle mass loss and half the fat loss compared to the group that slept 8+ hours. So really, sleep makes a huge difference, and this is something that many neglect because they're so focused only on nutrition and only on training. And sleep is that one component that you have to dial in if you're looking to prevent muscle mass loss, and also it helps you with consistency when it comes to nutrition, because if you get enough sleep, you're going to definitely have less cravings, and overall the journey is going to be much better and more optimized. So you do have to be on top of your sleep if you want to prevent muscle mass loss, as well as get all the other benefits from sleep, like better mood, better cognition, overall better life experience. If you're getting about 8 hours of sleep, that would be my recommendation. Now, you got to get at least 7. To prevent some of these negative effects, I do recommend getting up to 8 as much as you possibly can. Now, the fourth and the final thing you need to optimize to make sure that you're preventing muscle loss as you're going from 20% body fat down to 10% body fat is how fast are you losing weight? So how aggressive is your diet? And I know there's a lot of aggressive diets out there and people love them because they result in a huge change in the weight scale and they give you that initial motivation, but really think about the result at 10% body fat. If you're losing muscle, you're not gonna have that athletic lean physique waiting for you there that you really want, and you're just gonna end up skinny and you're gonna lose a ton of muscle, and actually this is gonna make maintaining 10% body fat much more difficult. So when you're looking at rates of how much weight you should be losing per week, I don't recommend going above 0.75% of your body weight per week, especially if you're about 15% body fat, getting down to 10. As you get closer to 10% body fat, it should be about 0.5% of your body weight per week that you're losing. And really that 1% number, that's if you're going from 20% down to 15, that's fine in the first couple of weeks, but really you want to dial that into a more sustainable rate to make sure that you're not only preventing muscle, but you're also giving yourself, putting yourself in a position where your body can actually even build some muscle mass. So really, all of these things that I'm saying here is not only to get you to 10% and just stay there for a few days, but actually to help you then transition into maintaining a very lean athletic physique. And that's really what I want for you. I want for you long-term success, not some kind of instant gratification quick fix like any crash diet out there. I want you to actually succeed and see yourself being lean and be able to maintain that all year round. For that reason, going super aggressive and all these things, it's not something that I recommend, and I've seen it fail so many times. So keep your rate of fat loss within these figures that I'm giving you, and you're gonna be totally fine. I'm also gonna leave a video here at the end that will help you actually get to 10% body fat, which I think you will really, really enjoy. So check out that video. I hope you like this video. Hit subscribe if you loved it. If you liked it, hit like, and I will see you in that next video about 10% body fat. Peace.